Ladies and gentlemen, as the Christmas lights twinkle and the carols fill the air, we gather here not just to celebrate a season, but to reflect on its meaning. Let me tell you, Christmas isn't just a holiday, it's a message that speaks to our hearts, whispers to our souls, and challenges us to rise higher. Christmas is love in action. It's forgiveness extended, even when it's not asked for. It's about looking into the eyes of a loved one or a stranger and saying, "You matter." It's about showing up for people not because it's convenient, but because it's necessary. You see, this season isn't about the gifts under the tree. It's about the gift of giving. And the greatest gift you can give isn't wrapped in paper or tied with a bow. It's wrapped in your time, tied with your care, and delivered straight from the heart. Now let's talk about faith. Christmas is a reminder that faith moves mountains. It's the celebration of a birth that changed the world, a promise fulfilled, a hope ignited. If you've been waiting for your miracle, Christmas reminds you it's on the way. Stay steadfast, stay believing, and keep pushing forward. And hope? Oh, let me tell you about hope. Hope is the light that refuses to be extinguished no matter how dark the night. Christmas is about lighting that candle, holding it high, and saying, the darkness won't win. But here's the real challenge, my friends. Christmas doesn't end when the calendar flips to December 26th. The question is, will you carry this spirit forward? Will you love more, forgive faster, and give generously, not just this week, but every week? So, as we celebrate, let me leave you with this. May your days be merry with kindness, bright with hope, and rich in love. Let the message of Christmas not just be heard, but lived. And in the words of a wise old carol, let every heart prepare him room. Merry Christmas. Let's make it powerful. Christmas is more than a date on the calendar. It's a feeling, a movement, a celebration that transcends time and space. The essence of Christmas is found in its ability to bring people together, to warm hearts even in the coldest of seasons, and to remind us all of what truly matters. It is a time when the barriers of the everyday world, whether built by pride, anger, or indifference, begin to crumble. Love, forgiveness, and selflessness become not just ideals, but actions shaping the way we see each other and the world around us. At its heart, Christmas is about love. Not the fleeting kind that fades with the wrapping paper or the decorations, but a love that endures, heals, and uplifts. It's the love that drives parents to stay up late assembling gifts even when they're tired from a long day. It's the love that moves neighbors to lend a hand or share a meal with someone who might otherwise go without. It's the love that reminds us that every life has value, every soul matters, and every act of kindness, no matter how small, ripples outward to touch more lives than we can imagine. Forgiveness is another cornerstone of the season. Christmas invites us to let go of the grudges we've been carrying, the hurts that weigh heavy on our hearts. It doesn't mean forgetting the pain or pretending it never happened, but rather choosing to release its hold on us. Forgiveness frees us, making room for joy to take its place. It's that moment when a family member you haven't spoken to in years suddenly calls, and instead of anger, you feel gratitude that they reached out. It's the choice to embrace peace over conflict, to build bridges instead of walls. Then there's selflessness, a quality that shines so brightly during this season. People go out of their way to give of their time, their resources, their hearts. It's seen in the generosity of a stranger who pays for another's groceries or in the sacrifices made to ensure that someone else's holiday is a little brighter. Selflessness reminds us that we are all connected, that our joy is amplified when it is shared. It teaches us that there's a greater happiness in giving than in receiving, a truth that resonates deeply when we see the smiles our actions inspire. But the essence of Christmas isn't confined to the big gestures. It's in the quiet moments, the laughter shared around the dinner table, the warmth of a hug, the simple joy of seeing the twinkle of lights reflected in a child's eyes. It's in the patience we show while standing in long lines, the kindness we extend to someone struggling during a difficult time, the effort we make to be fully present with those we care about. Christmas is a reminder of our shared humanity. It's a call to step outside of ourselves, to consider the needs of others, and to embrace the idea that we are all part of something bigger than ourselves. It teaches us to see with our hearts, to listen with compassion, and to act with a sense of purpose that transcends personal gain. The essence of Christmas lies in the way it awakens the best in us, urging us to be the kind of people who make the world a better, brighter place, not just for a season, but for all seasons. The gift of giving is one of the most profound expressions of humanity. It is an act that goes beyond material exchange, carrying within it a deeper meaning that touches the heart and transforms the soul. To give is to step outside of oneself, to recognize the needs of others, and to offer a part of yourself without expecting anything in return. This is the true essence of giving, and it is magnified during the Christmas season. It's a time when people instinctively turn outward, reaching beyond their own lives to bring joy, comfort, and hope to those around them. Giving, in its purest form, is a reflection of love. It isn't measured by the size or cost of the gift, but by the thought and intention behind it. A handwritten note can carry more weight than an expensive trinket because it speaks to the effort and care someone has taken to convey their feelings. A shared meal, a warm smile, or a simple gesture of kindness can be more valuable than anything money can buy. These are the gifts that leave a lasting impact, the ones that linger in the heart long after the holiday season is past. At Christmas, the act of giving becomes a way to connect with others on a deeper level. It's not just about exchanging presents, it's about creating moments that matter. When you give, you're saying, I see you, I value you, I want to make your life a little better, even if just for a moment. Whether it's a child opening a toy they've dreamed of, or a neighbor receiving a plate of cookies and a warm wish, these acts of giving remind us that we are all part of something greater than ourselves. What makes the gift of giving even more powerful is the joy it brings to the giver. There's a unique sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing you've made a difference, no matter how small. This joy isn't tied to recognition or praise. It's an internal satisfaction that arises from the simple act of putting someone else's needs above your own. It's the kind of joy that lights up the face of a parent watching their child's excitement on Christmas morning, or the quiet happiness of someone who anonymously donates to a family in need. The beauty of giving is that it doesn't require grand gestures or abundant resources. Anyone can give, and everyone has something to offer. Time is one of the most valuable gifts we can share. In a world that often feels rushed and disconnected, taking the time to truly be present with someone can mean more than any material possession. Listening, sharing a conversation, or simply being there when someone needs support are acts of giving that can't be quantified. There's also a transformative power in giving that goes beyond the individual. When we give, we create ripples that spread outward, inspiring others to do the same. A single act of kindness can set off a chain reaction, touching lives in ways we may never fully understand. It fosters a sense of community, reminding us that we are all connected and that our actions, no matter how small, can have a profound impact on the world around us. During Christmas, the gift of giving takes on a special significance. It reflects the spirit of the season, a spirit rooted in love, compassion, and generosity. It reminds us that what truly matters isn't what we receive, but what we share, and that the greatest gifts often come from the heart. Whether through small acts or grand gestures, giving has the power to heal, to uplift, and to bring light into even the darkest corners of the world. Faith and redemption lie at the very core of the Christmas story, and they hold a power that reaches far beyond the holiday season. At Christmas, we celebrate the birth of a child who brought hope to a weary world, a child whose very existence was a symbol of redemption and the promise of salvation. Faith and redemption are intertwined, one nurturing the other, creating a cycle of grace that touches all of humanity, regardless of our circumstances. Faith is the belief in something greater than ourselves. It's trusting in the unseen, in the promise of a better tomorrow, and in the possibility of change. It's not always easy to hold on to faith, especially in a world filled with challenges, doubts, and hardships. But Christmas is a reminder that faith can ignite something powerful within us, a light that guides us through the darkest moments. The faith that we see in the Christmas story, the faith of Mary and Joseph, the faith of the shepherds, and the faith of those who awaited the Messiah reminds us that even in our lowest moments, we are never truly alone. God's presence is always with us, offering us a chance to believe in miracles, to trust that there is a higher purpose for our lives. Faith is also what allows us to see the world through different eyes. It gives us the strength to rise above our circumstances and look toward the possibilities that lie ahead. When we hold on to faith, we begin to understand that setbacks are not the end, but the beginning of something new. Just as the birth of Jesus marked the beginning of a new era, so too can our lives be renewed through faith. When we trust in the power of faith, we allow ourselves to be transformed, to let go of the past, and to walk boldly into the future. Redemption, on the other hand, is the act of being saved from something that has held us back, whether it's our own mistakes, the consequences of our choices, or the scars left by life's trials. Redemption is about reconciliation between us and others, between us and ourselves, and between us and God. It's about healing, renewal, and restoration. Christmas speaks directly to this need for redemption. The birth of Jesus, the ultimate act of love and grace, was the beginning of a plan for our redemption, a way for all of humanity to be reconciled with God. Jesus' life and teachings invite us to seek redemption in our own lives, to understand that no mistake is too great to be forgiven, no wound too deep to be healed. To experience redemption, however, we must be willing to let go of the weight of our past. We must have the faith to believe that forgiveness is possible, that healing can happen, and that we can begin again. Redemption calls us to acknowledge our brokenness, to confront the pain that we may have been carrying for years, and to open our hearts to the transformative power of grace. It doesn't mean that we forget the past, but it means that we no longer allow it to define us. Christmas is a reminder that through faith, redemption is always within reach, and it is never too late to embrace it. In our own lives, we often struggle with feelings of inadequacy or guilt. We may question our worth or wonder if we are deserving of the love and forgiveness we seek. But Christmas is a message that tells us unequivocally that we are loved. We are worthy. We are never beyond the reach of redemption. Just as Jesus came to bring hope to the hopeless, so too can our faith bring hope to our own hearts, showing us that we are not defined by our mistakes or our struggles, but by the grace that is extended to us. Through faith and redemption, we are given the opportunity to live not just as survivors of our past, but as thriving individuals with a future full of promise. Faith and redemption are not just theological concepts, they are living truths that we can carry with us every day. They empower us to face challenges with courage, to forgive ourselves and others, and to embrace the possibility of transformation. In this season of Christmas, we are reminded of the power of both faith and redemption to heal the wounds of the heart, to restore what has been broken, and to open the door to a new beginning. These are gifts that no one can take away from us, gifts that remind us that no matter where we've done, what we've done, there is always a path forward, one filled with grace, hope, and the promise of a better tomorrow. Hope is the light that refuses to be extinguished, even in the darkest moments. It is the quiet strength that fuels our resilience, the quiet assurance that no matter how tough life gets, something better is always within reach. Christmas embodies hope in its purest form, a hope that carries us through the most challenging times, a hope that renews our spirits and reminds us that no matter how dark the night, there is always the promise of dawn. Hope is about expectation. It's the belief that something greater is coming, even when all we see around us are struggles and setbacks. When we hold on to hope, we are saying, I believe that this moment does not define me, and better days are ahead. This is the power of hope. It allows us to look beyond the present circumstances and see the possibilities that lie ahead. Hope helps us endure, keeps us going when we feel like giving up, and encourages us to keep pushing forward, even when the road is long and uncertain. The Christmas story itself is a story of hope. The birth of Jesus was a beacon of light in a world that had been waiting for a Savior, a hope that had been passed down through generations. For the people of that time, the arrival of Jesus meant the fulfillment of a promise, a new beginning, and the end of despair. In many ways, Christmas is a reminder that hope is always present, even when we cannot yet see it. It teaches us that we don't have to have all the answers or understand everything happening in our lives to trust that hope is working behind the scenes, making way for something good to emerge. Hope gives us the ability to see opportunity where others see only obstacles. It's what makes us try one more time when failure seems inevitable. Hope drives us to dream, to envision a future that is brighter than our past, and to believe that change is not just possible, but within our reach. It is what gives people the strength to overcome their circumstances, to rise above their doubts, and to walk forward into the unknown with courage. Hope is the belief that things don't always stay the same, that transformation is possible, and that we can always create a new path no matter where we are in life. One of the most powerful aspects of hope is that it is contagious. When we have hope, we inspire those around us to have hope as well. It is a light that spreads, lifting others who may be struggling and reminding them that they are not alone. A person filled with hope becomes a beacon to those in darkness, showing them that there is a way forward, that they too can have a brighter future. During Christmas, this power of hope is evident in the way people come together to share kindness, lift each other up, and offer support. It's seen in the efforts of communities coming together to provide for those in need, and in the way people open their hearts to those who might otherwise feel isolated or forgotten. Hope is also deeply tied to faith. Without faith, hope becomes fragile, unable to withstand the trials of life. But when we couple hope with faith, we find a power that is unshakable. Faith gives hope a foundation, a belief that things will get better, not just because we wish for it, but because we trust that something greater is at work. This faith doesn't mean that everything will be easy or that struggles will disappear, but it does mean that we can face those struggles with confidence, knowing that they don't have the final say in our lives. When we have faith, hope becomes something that strengthens us, a deep well that we can draw from when the challenges of life threaten to overwhelm us. The Christmas season is filled with symbols of hope, the star that guided the wise men, the angel's message of good tidings, and the birth of a child who would bring light to the world. Each of these symbols reminds us that no matter how bleak things may seem, hope is never far from us. Hope is not a passive wish, it's an active force that empowers us to keep moving forward, to believe in the goodness of humanity, and to trust that a better future is always possible. Hope is powerful because it gives us purpose. When we have hope, we know that there is something worth striving for, something worth fighting for. It brings meaning to our struggles, helping us see that the challenges we face today are not the end of our story, but the beginning of a new chapter. Hope allows us to keep our eyes on the horizon, knowing that what lies ahead is greater than what we leave behind. It teaches us to hold fast to the belief that even in the face of adversity, we are capable of growth, transformation, and renewal. Hope is a gift we can give to others. Just as it can change our own lives, it has the power to transform the lives of those around us. When we share hope, we share the promise of a better tomorrow, the belief that no matter how dark the moment, light is always on the way. It is in this way that hope becomes not just a personal force, but a communal one, something that binds us all together and lifts us up in times of trial. The power of hope is something that carries us through life, reminding us that no matter what, we are never without light. Living the Christmas spirit daily is about embodying the qualities that Christmas represents: love, kindness, generosity, and joy every single day of the year. The Christmas season has a way of bringing out the best in us. It inspires us to be more patient, more giving, and more compassionate. Yet the true challenge lies in carrying that spirit beyond the holiday season into the routine of everyday life. When the excitement of the season is past and the decorations are packed away. The essence of Christmas is about more than just a few weeks of celebration. It's about cultivating a mindset, a way of being that transforms the way we interact with the world around us. When we live the Christmas spirit daily, we make the conscious choice to practice the virtues that define the season, not just on special occasions, but in the small, everyday moments that make up our lives. This means choosing kindness over indifference, patience over frustration, and love over hate, no matter what challenges we face. Living the Christmas spirit daily starts with love. Christmas reminds us of the power of love, the love that was shown to us through the birth of Jesus, and the love we are called to share with others. But love is not just a feeling, it is an action. Love means showing up for people, whether it's through a kind word, a listening ear, or a simple gesture of help. It's about being present in someone's life, not just when it's convenient, but when they need it most. Love is about seeing the humanity in others, recognizing their struggles, and offering support without hesitation. When we love others in this way, we transform our communities, making them more compassionate and connected. Kindness is another powerful element of the Christmas spirit, and it's something we can carry with us every day. Kindness costs nothing, but its impact is immeasurable. Whether it's holding the door open for someone, offering a compliment, or helping a neighbor with their groceries, these small acts of kindness have the power to change someone's day and in turn change the world. Christmas brings us out and people, strangers, become friends and communities come together to care for those who are struggling. But kindness is not meant to be confined to one season. We should strive to make it a part of who we are, to make it a habit that extends far beyond the month of December. Generosity, too, is a central theme of the Christmas spirit. During the holidays, people are often more willing to give, to donate to a cause, to buy gifts for loved ones, or to offer support to those in need. But generosity is not limited to material gifts. It is also about giving of your time, your attention, and your love. It's about being generous with your heart, offering encouragement and hope to those who may be feeling lost or discouraged. Living the Christmas spirit daily means finding ways to be generous even when we don't have much to give. It's the generosity of spirit that counts, and it is something that can be shared freely without expectation of anything in return. Joy is another vital aspect of the Christmas spirit, and it is one that we can carry with us throughout the year. The holidays are filled with moments of joy, whether it's the laughter of family gathered around the table, the excitement of children opening presents, or the warmth of a shared meal. But joy is not something that only exists in special moments. It's an attitude, a choice to find happiness and gratitude in the everyday experiences of life. Living the Christmas spirit means choosing joy even in the midst of life's challenges. It means finding reasons to be grateful for the simple things, the beauty of nature, the love of family and friends, and the opportunity to make a positive difference in the world. When we live the Christmas spirit daily, we also embrace forgiveness. Christmas is a time when we reflect on the grace and forgiveness extended to us, and it is a reminder that we too must forgive others. Holding on to grudges, bitterness, and resentment only weighs us down. Forgiveness is not just a gift we give to others, it is a gift we give to ourselves. It frees us from the past, allowing us to move forward with peace in our hearts. Living the Christmas spirit means letting go of the things that hurt us, choosing to release the negative emotions that bind us, and embracing the peace that comes from forgiveness. Living the Christmas spirit daily also means showing gratitude for the blessings we have. During the holidays, we often take time to reflect on the things we are thankful for: our families, our homes, our health, and our relationships. But gratitude should not be reserved for one season. When we live with a spirit of thankfulness every day, we open ourselves up to greater happiness and fulfillment. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, and it reminds us to appreciate the small, often overlooked moments of beauty and joy that surround us. The Christmas spirit teaches us to look beyond ourselves, to put others before our own needs, and to be a source of light in a world that can sometimes seem dark. It calls us to embrace the best parts of humanity, to love deeply, give generously, forgive freely, and live with joy and gratitude. But these qualities are not just meant to be experienced for a few weeks in December. They are meant to be lived every day, in every moment, through every interaction. When we live the Christmas spirit daily, we not only make our own lives richer and more fulfilling, but we also create a ripple effect that touches the lives of others and makes the world a better place.